Okay, save the best for last. I'll stand up here and I will talk as Lamtanat as opposed to sexual Bannock. I am from Capilano. I've been living here for 45 years, and I have been politically inclined for 25 years, gained by the elders and from people within, the teachers within our community. My platform is regarding the debt that we are currently in. And you know, when there is a problem, there's always a solution. The solution I truly believe in is the power of the people. For the people to, I agree with Tony Moody in having the people create policies and enforce these policies in all departments, whether it be finance, housing, because it is our money. So if you do this as a community and all these, the policies that we can establish, we can determine fairness in the future.
Mantomi, Lamtanat. So your question tonight coming down through sports and culture. The question for you this evening is, should canoe families be funded by Squamish Nation revenues? And how do you prioritize canoe pulling and canoe overall, and journeys overall?
Well, being a longhouse person, and when we throw a memorial or we show a picture, we're the ones that raise our own money. We don't go outside the community and we don't ask for money because it's our responsibility. I feel with the canoe gatherings, I feel that they have 1 year. In each year, they have a whole year to fundraise, and maybe the council can match that money. But you know, the paddling is important because that's the way of our people. That's the way our great-great-great-grandparents traveled around, was through the canoes. So if you have any sense of culture as being a people, you'll truly understand what it's like to be dedicated towards something that truly comes from your heart. I went on a canoe journey myself, and I really don't think that we were truly funded 100% because it's all working together as one, not Saman. In closing, I would like to thank my cousin here for talking about Snowiath. That's one word that people in here don't really truly understand. One word explains how we are as a people. And for him to say, watch your children, because that's one part of the Snowiath our people don't understand. So I really like to gratefully thank you for bringing up Snowiath here in this building while we're talking politics. Haichka.
So, as we carry on in this evening, we have found that we do not have, this was not the last ticket. So we have Paula Amos, who is next. We've had some late arrivers or some candidates that were not aware at the time upon the start of this process. So please just, can we have some more of your patience, please, and some tolerance from each and every one of you? Would be really grateful on behalf of this process, on behalf of the people as a whole. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Paula Amos, and I come from the Baker and the Paul family. My mom is the late Marlene Amos Baker, and her parents were the late Hazel, Paul, and also Johnny Baker. So the platform that I'm bringing forward is all about community development and moving forward with community development and economic development. I have over 11 years of working in community development at the provincial level, economic development at the provincial level, and implementing all of those policies, the governance that we've all looked at and talked about. So my goal has always been to work within the community, so I would like to have that opportunity to work with Chief and Council and work with the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So your question tonight is descending down from the category of business. And your question for you this evening is, how will you support Squamish Nation entrepreneurs?
Thank you. How do I support entrepreneurs? I've worked in economic development and I've looked at our communities. You can't build our communities just on a large industry organization that's owned by the nation. So you do need, for a healthy community, you do need those entrepreneurs in the community. And it is building the incubation, building from the ground up and giving the entrepreneurs all of that experience, the education, but they also, the biggest piece for failure is not having the resources. So the dollars to get their businesses started, and it's about the first year or two that they really need that assistance to get the businesses off the ground.
Thank you very much, Paula. So our next candidate that had missed is Quaitload, Carla George.
I really know how to clear out a room, I think.
Knows how to clear out a room.
Hosiam siam series of Quaitol, Quaitlari Club, Shamansna. Sharing with you my ancestral names, and start off with sharing my love to the Nahaney family who've just recently gone through a loss. And just like to share with you a little bit of recently some of the work that I've been involved with around residential schools and supporting some of our families, our loved ones, and that are continuing to seek some support, going through the IAP experience with some of my loved ones, the family, and being a support to them. So continuing to look at the healing and wellness in our community, because we see the effects that continue in our communities, in each of our families, in each of our households. So it's encouraging to stop that abuse that has continued on in some of our families, and doing what I can to support them.
Thank you very much, Quaitload. So, your question tonight, coming down through the category of education, which is the category you chose, is how should access to funds be made equal for educational tools like laptops, drawing tools, outside of existing policies?
Thank you. Wonderful question. Also like to acknowledge the ones that are on, whoever are watching this evening, thank you. I don't know if everybody knew that this is being recorded all night tonight and is shared online. But just to think about the policies that are currently in place and what needs to be changed to ensure that there's equality for all of our members that are, whether if it's right from K3 or the preschool years right up to post-secondary. And that's where the policies can clearly state how this funds will be distributed to any of our children, whether if it be in K3, as I mentioned, over at our little one school here. As we just heard today, many of the cutbacks that are happening and what the government is doing, unfortunately, to look at breaking. Still, you know, they say they're going to support us after the apology, but, you know, that they've turned around again. And so it's very disheartening what we were dealing with today, but continuing to fight the fight and stand up together and to seek all of the community input from all of you, the membership, on how we can do that. So I'll put my hands up to each and every one of you. Osia.
Vermont Tommy, quick vote, Yuan Ha. So our next candidate that had arrived is Mekwa Cheam. Marissa Nahi is our last candidate that is here. Keeping in mind and bearing in witness to these events tonight, all of your candidates that you've seen thus far this evening, this is not the full extent of all the candidates that are participating in the run this evening. Therefore, this is not all of our candidates. Not all of our candidates have arrived here this evening. So just wanted to announce that. Thank you.
Tanoia, Tanoia, Siamansiaya, Lechem Kushaman, Risnahini, Niamsna, so Hotlish Okamel, Nishka Okamel, honor officers, all our teachers. Greetings to all your honor guests, dignitaries, matriarchs, chiefs. It's an honor to be here. It's so many beautiful people. I am proud of who I am, and this is because of you. I had the great opportunity to go door to door and talk to you one-on-one. For those of you who have not been to your house yet, my apologies. My apologies if I have not visited you yet. There are 600 houses. I covered about 300 so far. And you know, through this experience, I have fallen in love with the nation all over again. We have such a beautiful and strong nation, and being a part of this has been amazing. The reason why I am running for Chiefing Council, over the last 6 years, I've had quite a few experiences running boards, and I helped create a lot of policies and procedures. Also, my dad's dad, Latash, I've been walking around with him, and I have to speed up, I apologize. And he really brought the community voice to the table, and you know, he went door to door visiting elders and youth, and that's what I've been doing as well.
Yuan Ha, Chris Nachum. So the question that's descending down to you tonight for you is coming from the community services category. So your question for you this evening, medical expenses are sometimes higher than what is earned. Do you have any initiative ideas to aid those in need with regular and emergency expenses?
This is kind of my area of specialty. So, question. As we all know, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but the Health Authority is going through their new transition, going from a governance model over to different ministries, and it's going to be a huge transition for our health initiatives, such as my medication costs $800 a month, and this is covered through my transplant services. But before, you know, I had to learn the different process going through INAC and going through how do I pay for my medication this month and what are the steps. And I feel that the medical team and the health services really need support. And what does that support look like? It really comes from what are the services that our people need. We have high diabetes. We have, you know, glasses. Glasses took 2 weeks, now it takes 5 weeks. What are the steps that we need to do to help support our health services so that it's more seamless for our people? You know, it's coming from, it's hard when you're in that state of emergency. How do you handle that type? We do such a great services when we have funerals, and you know, how could we translate this into other departments? What you got?